Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Decode Data with Mansur. Today we're gonna solve the problem number 1934 confirmation rate. So it's a medium level problem. So let's see the problem first, then we'll go for the solution. So here they given us two tables. One is in a sign up table with column names user ID, timestamp, and in this one user id is a unique values for this table, and we have another table which is a confirmation table. In that confirmation table we got three columns: user id, timestamp, and action. So here they're asking us to find the confirmation rate of the each user ID. So what do you mean by the confirmation rate? Means here they mention us as number of times they doing the action divided by the how many times they confirm that action. So let's go to see an example so that we can understand it more easily. So here we got an example with user ID 3726, and their timestamp means that when they get a login into that portal, and we in the confirmation table we got the user IDs, timestamp, and the action. So here they give us a three. It's an enum category, right? So we have to put either timeout, confirmed, or timeout. So from this table we have to calculate each of these user ID. So I will do one by one. So let's start with the user ID 3. Let's change this color. It's not good actually. So let's turn it to green. Okay. So we have user ID 3. So in this table we can see the user ID has came two times, but he two times we got the timeout. So what's gonna be the confirmation means the zero times, right? Zero divided by, sorry, two times divided by zero. Uh, so zero, we got the confirmation rate as zero. And when we see, here's this one. I think the rate. Okay, let's see for the user ID 7. Here user ID 7 got three times, and every time he came he will make the confirmation. So what it's gonna be like 3 divided by 3, right? So he comes three times, like he comes three times. Out of three, he got confirmed three times. So 3 divided by 3, we are going to get the 1. So let's see in the output table so we can get clarity on this one. Yeah, you can see here, right? 7 got like confirmation rate as 1. And let's go for the 2. Number 2 has come two times. So and he in out of two times, one is timeout and another one is confirmed. So that means it's gonna be 1 divided by 2, that means 0.5. And here they ask us to round the at decimals at two decimal points. So we are going to use the round anyway, and the result is in any order. And if we see user number 6, he never come, so 0. So it's gonna be the 0 for this. So I hope you understand the problem, and if you understand the problem, try to resolve by yourself, or else I will just continue. So, okay, from these output tables, I'm going to select the user ID as well as the confirmation rate. So, first of all, I'm going to copy this one. Okay, start with the select statement. Select user ID, comma. So, what do you mean by confirmation rate? Here, they're saying that where when the action is equal to confirmed rate, confirmed divided by total times he encounter comes in this table. So, what I'm going to say is sum of, I'm going to use the sum function anyway. So sum of, let's copy this action column name. So where some action is equal to confirm. So let's where action is equal to confirm. Let's copy this one. Okay. Divided by how many times this has occurred. So divided by, so we are going to use a count star. Count star, my bad, count star. So and we are going to give this one as confirmation rate. So let's copy this one. confirmation rate, and here they ask us to round it 0 decimal, so I'm going to use a round function, round off the two decimals. Okay, and from the signups table, from let's copy the signups from the signups table. So what join function we are going to use? So we are going to use the left join function, because we need every column, every user ID's confirmation rate. Not like if you see the example clearly, user ID 6 never come to this table, but we have to give the confirmation rate of the number 6 as well. So we need every row of every user ID of from the user signups table. So that's why I'm going to use the left join function for the signups table to the confirmation table. So write the left join function, left join confirmations, and I'm going to rename it as some small c so that it's easy for us to understand. So then we're going to, on the condition of s dot user id equal to c dot user id, s dot user id is equal to c dot user id. Okay, and we want the confirmation rate for each user id, so we are going to use the group by statement for the user id. So group by s dot user id is capital S s dot user id, and let's run the problem, and we are going to get an error. So I will explain why we are going to do why we got that error as well. So here they are saying like the column user id is listed ambitious. So let's see what's going on here. Column, okay, so here I given the capital C, so we have to see case sensitive, right? So they are saying like user id field is ambiguous, means in the select statement I'm not giving like from which user id I'm taking to, so I have to say s dot user id. So I'm going to write the s dot user id over here, s dot user id, and let's run the problem. So we got the wrong answer, so let's see the what's the issue over here. So I think they're asking us result any order. So okay, if you see the user 6, we got the null value. Why? Because the user id 6 never got into any of the actions, so we have to consider the null statement as well. So we have to do if null statement, so that if the user id never occurred, we can simply say that if null, if the doesn't have any value, we can simply put as 0.00. So I'm going to write the if null function as well. So that's what I say like we got an error, because we have to always we have to remember about the null values or the values. Sometimes they may skip the values that are not anchored in another table, so we have to take care of everything. So I'm going to write the if null function, if null. So let's give it into this table name, and if null, we have to put it as 0.00. Let's run it again. Yeah, we got the output. So what's going on here, I'm just selecting all the signups tables with the left join function confirmation rate. After that, I am just dividing the how many times it got confirmed divided by the count of how many times it occurred. And sometimes we may get the null values because we are using the left join function. So if there is no matching numbers in the left table, so we automatically get the null. So for avoiding the null, we are using the null function, so that we can simply place in the place of nulls, we can simply put as 0.00. And I hope you understand this problem. And that's all for today, guys. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and I will explain all the 50 in the SQL problem. Thank you. That's all for today.